Well, this is just lovely. I just got that stupid truck out of here this morning. Well, this afternoon, whenever I took it for a drive. But I got that out of here. And earlier tonight, my dad had a flat tire in my parents' 2001 Buick. And so he changed it at the grocery store. And he took it off, and this is what it looks like. Now, as you can see, it's wearing like crazy on the inside, and he said both tires were like this in the front. He went around and he felt the other front one. So that is some serious alignment issues that I'm going to have to look at tomorrow. I'm going to have to bring it in and take a look at it. You know, when it rains, it pours. Everything just kind of breaks. So I'm hoping that it's just a really serious alignment issue and nothing's falling off, but I have a sneaking suspicion of what it might be, but I'm not going to know until I jack it up and look at it. So tomorrow's going to be a busy day, so we're all the way down to the cords, all the way around on that side. And then the funny thing is, it treads, really good on the outside of the tire. So when you look at the tire, you'd never see it just by looking at it, because you only see this side. You wouldn't see this cord showing over here. But I'll pull that in tomorrow and we'll check it out. Well, it's the next day, and I'm in my mom's 01 LeSabre, and I hate this thing with a passion. I'm sick of it. I know for a fact that the rear control arm bushings are absolutely toast, and it's wearing those tires funny. And now we got a problem with the front end, and it's wearing those tires funny. And both back windows have fallen down. And actually, that one, I had to go ahead and I put a bunch of RTV in the window channel there, and I just pulled it up and I put duct tape on it and said, "There, your window won't fall down no more." They've got some different cable system that's not used on the older Buicks, and that thing just keeps breaking. So both the windows in the back do that. And then my mom tried to put tape on it so she wouldn't keep messing with the windows, but that didn't work, so I just unplugged them so none of the windows go up or down. Actually, this one, the driver's side might, I don't know. But it's just been one problem after another. So let's go ahead and put this thing in the garage and see what we find. Good thing I can see out the back window, because I can't see nothing out the front. If I hear a crunch, I hit something. I don't think I'm going to hear a crunch though. Alright, that's far enough. I suppose I better crawl out of this piece of crap and figure out what's wrong with it. Why, what a wonderful spare he put on. That's why you should always check your spare tire pressure, because putting on a flat spare tire really doesn't do you much good. But anyway, here it is. Let's see if I can squeeze a jack under there and get the front end up a little bit. Well, here's the other tire. As you can see, cords are showing on that one too. And we discovered at least part of the issue, and that is the inner tie rod end is loose. And I'm sure the alignment's way off, because I replaced this ball joint, and the parts store gave me one for a steel arm on like Sunday when I finally got around to doing it, and parts store wasn't open, so I basically had to modify that to fit the aluminum arm. Well, that's still good. Problem is the alignment is off. I'm sure I told them to do it and they never did, but nobody ever listens to me. But now I gotta go in there and do the inner tie rod, which sucks because I don't want to do it. It's cold. But we'll go ahead and get it done, and I'll have them get it aligned for sure. Well, my dad went ahead and he cut us a trail all the way back to the blue Buick out there where we stole the tires off of, and did it with a snowblower, and then we went ahead and we loaded up the sled with my big orange jack there and whatever tools we need and some old tires, and swapped them out. We got these pretty much brand new tires off of that Buick, and we're going to throw them on. But this car is already starting to kick my ass. I was down here and I leaned in to get a feel on these bushings, take a look at them, make sure they were all right. And when I did, I actually caught my lip, smacked my head in right into that corner of that rotor there, and left a little bit of a mark there. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, it stung a bit. But now we got this jacked up. I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheel, the new tire, on this side, and then I'll go over to the other side and we'll have to replace the inner tie rod once he gets back with it. And that's not really too big of a deal. All we're gonna have to do is take this outer one off, break this loose here and loosen it up, and then this nut on the bottom, take that off and pop this loose, and then we come in there and take this boot off. There's a clamp here and one on the other side, and slide that off. And then inside there's actually a little place for a special tool to go in that you can turn it and unscrew it from the rack. I actually have that special tool because, well, I've done this before, and here it is. It's basically just a tube that you can put a ratchet in, and these little different size sort of like little wrenches fit in there. Yep, well, that one don't fit in there. I'm going to just leave that there. That's a good spot for it. But they fit in like that, and you spin that thing around, you fit this deal in like that, and then you go ahead and you have two hands, and you spin it around so it locks in. And then once it's locked in, you can go ahead and turn this thing, and that'll pull out the tie rod end. So I'll go ahead and when we get that, I'll throw the new one in, and hopefully it should be good to go. And make sure they get in alignment so I don't have to replace brand new tires again. Well, earlier when I was explaining how to get the inner tie rod off, I kind of forgot about my special trick. You just break this jam nut loose and spin the whole inner tie rod and unthread it like that. Not really a trick, but I just kind of forgot about it, so do it that way and you don't have to touch the outer one. Well, I went ahead and I took this tie rod loose, and it seems pretty tight to me. I can't feel any wiggle in it, and usually if they're wore, you could set them up like this and they would just, you know, drop straight down, but this one's really tight, it feels like. So I went ahead and I jacked up the other side and I felt it, and turns out that side feels the same way. And I'm wondering if you know, the rack isn't wore or something, because the other side, if you wiggle that wheel and you look over here, you can watch this whole thing move a pretty decent amount actually. So I'm thinking that the rack maybe a little loose in there, and that's what I was feeling. Because when I first did it on the other side, I had this tire down, so that might have been holding it from flopping back and forth. But once I got them both up, you know, I felt this side and it felt like it, so I said, oh, it must be tie rod end, the inner tie rod end. So it's not that, so I'm going to just go ahead and throw it back together and tell them to go get in a line, because I ain't going to touch a rack. To hell with that. And hopefully it'll work. So I'll put this back on and get it close. I know where it came off, so I'll probably go a little further down because it looked like the tires were towed out. So I'll tow them in just a hair by eyeball, so that when they run it before they get aligned, hopefully in like a day, it won't do too bad on the tires. But oh, I hate this car so much. Well, that thing's out of my shop. Got the new tires on it, got it sitting over there. You know, it's just a pain in the ass. It kind of threw me there because I had the driver's side jacked up and I felt the wheel and I didn't feel anything, you know, no movement. And I jacked up the other side, the passenger side, while the driver's side was still in the air. and that allowed, took pressure off and allowed the rack to wiggle back and forth inside there. And I didn't look at the other side because I'm only one guy, I can't do both things. And I wiggled the tire and I look under the car, and the only thing moving is the inner tie rod. So naturally I thought that was it, but once I got it apart, that wasn't it. So I guess I'm kind of glad that I stopped there and realized my mistake, rather than throw a new tie rod end in it and realize that wasn't it. But yeah, that thing's just, it's a pile of crap. Things go wrong that shouldn't be going wrong in a car with 180,000 or whatever it's got on it. Not even yet, I don't think. A rear suspension, the control arm bushings going out. I mean, that doesn't happen. Not in any other car I've owned, any other Buick I've owned. Well, what else is wrong? The steering rack's going out of it. It's loose in there. Whatever. To hell with that. We'll drive it till the wheels fall off. I just hate burning up new tires, so we're gonna get that sucker aligned. See if they can get it close at least. And rear windows falling down. You use a piece of crap design. What a horseshit design that was. Well, I'm just sick of that car. Oh, and we had the one of the spark plug wires in the back kept popping off. And it's not like we put new ones on it beforehand either. They were original wires and they just kept popping off. It's just garbage. But what are you gonna do? It's the only car we got for right now that's halfway roadworthy, so we'll keep it on the road.